Welcome to PiWeb. Measurement data is not always generated with automatic measurement systems and transferred to the PiWeb database. In this case, the measurement data is entered manually. This is done, for example, using a caliper gauge, a dial gauge, or, if you are working with a measuring device that is not connected to your workstation, using the keyboard. In this video, I will show you how to create a simple manual entry report from scratch. You will use PiWeb Monitor to enter and transfer measurement results to the database. To be able to do that, we need to create parts and characteristics in PiWeb Planner first. Then, you will use PiWeb Designer to define the workspace to manually enter the details necessary, such as text input fields and hyperlinks, to complete the task. The process starts in PiWeb Planner. So let's open PiWeb Planner from the ZEISS Quality Suite. To launch PiWeb Planner, go to the ZEISS Quality Suite interface. Under My Applications, find ZEISS PiWeb and select the PiWeb Planner module. Click on Start. To start, let's create a database file. To do this, click on More and select Create Database File. Save the file in any network location. The name we will use is Manual Data Entry. Click on Save. To create a new part, click on the root level or part level where you want the new measurement data stored. Right-click, select New, and click on Part. You can use Ctrl+P as a shortcut for this action. Name the part level. We will use Test Part for this example. Click OK to save. Now we need to add characteristics to complete the framework of our measurement plan. Following the same steps, right-click on the new part created, in this case Test Part, select New and go to New Characteristic. You can use Ctrl+N for this action, just make sure you selected the part level on the data tree. Enter the name of the characteristic and click OK. Repeat this step 3 times. We will add a diameter, a distance, and a radius. By default, characteristics expect numeric measured value information. You can define a characteristic to expect non-numeric information, in which case we call them attributive characteristics. We won't use these in the starter guide. Now, to complete the definition of our 3 characteristics, we need to enter attributes such as nominal value, upper and lower tolerance, or limits, etc. These are necessary to determine status and other calculations once you start the manual entry from PiWeb Monitor. For our 3 characteristics, we will add nominal and tolerance information. In this table, tolerances are referred to as allowances. To make this simple, let's hide all columns except for nominal, upper, and lower allowance. You can add values at your discretion. For nominal, we will use 3.25, 2.5, and 0.1 on each dimension respectively. For tolerance, we will do plus 0.01 for all. Click on Save to commit the changes. Please note that this is not the only method to create parts and characteristics, or load an inspection plan in PiWeb Planner. This information can also be imported to ease the process. If you want to find out more, check out the video, titled Starter Guide Auto Importer Video, or refer to a more complete PiWeb Basic e-learning. Now we can move to the next step in PiWeb Designer. To launch PiWeb Designer, go to the ZEISS Quality Suite interface. Under My Applications, find ZEISS PiWeb and select the PiWeb Designer module. Click on Start. On the Start screen, select New Report. The interface will direct you to select the database or file connection. In this case, select the PiWeb server training file we have been working with from the list of connections. The file named Manual Data Entry. To start, let's add a logo and title to our report. The process is the same you saw in the PiWeb Designer Starter Guide. Go to the Pages tab and select Master. You can drag and drop the logo or any image from the file directory, then position or resize it as needed. From the Toolbox tab, drag and drop a text element. You may call this report Sample Input Report. To adjust the font size, go to the Properties tab on the left and change it here. Now it looks like a title in our report. Going back to Pages, select Report Page to start on our manual entry template workspace. Go to the Toolbox tab and find the Interactive Elements section. Click and drag a text input field into the workspace. By default, a text input field allows alphanumeric values. However, we can determine the supported data type based on the data binding. First, let's define the type of information you want on the text field. Is this header information, such as operator, gauge equipment, part ID, or order number? Or would it contain measurement value information? We will create 2 text input fields for header information and 3 for characteristic information to use in our example report. You can copy the text input field by holding the Control key, then click and drag it on the page. You can repeat this action as many times as needed. To label or describe the information expected in our text input fields, you can add text elements. There are 2 different ways I want to show you. Option 1 is, for the text input fields containing header information, we will add a text element from the toolbox next to each one. Once again, you can use Control, click and drag to copy the element. Then enter your description. We will use gauge equipment and part ID. Option 2 for text input fields linked to characteristics is even faster. Switch to the Data Provider tab and expand the tree under Test Part. Make sure no element is selected on the page, then drag and drop the characteristic on the page where you want it. A context menu appears so you can select how you want to display the characteristic information. Select the first option, Text. Notice the name of the characteristic is displayed by default. You might also notice the icon beside the text element. That means this element is data-bound to the selected characteristic. Now, let's talk about data binding the text input fields. If the text input field is meant for header information, you must data bind it to the part level. For the header information, gauge equipment and part ID, select each data input field and check the box beside test part in the inspection plan to data bind it. If the text input field is meant to collect measurement information, data bind it directly to the characteristic in question. You can do that following the same process I just described, by selecting the input field and checking the box in the inspection plan. Or you can take advantage of the data binding we already created for the text element. Simply drag the data binding icon from the text element to the text input field in order to copy the same data binding. Let's do this with the other 2 characteristics. To complete the configuration of our text input fields, you still need to define the attribute type it is expecting. For the header text input fields, go to the Properties tab, click on the 3 dots next to Variable. This opens the Edit Variable Expression window, where we can select the attribute type. Go to Data Provider and select Measurement Attribute. From the drop-down, select the appropriate attribute. You can select here Gauge Equipment. Follow the same process for part ident. For characteristics, follow the same steps but under Data Input, select Measured Value Attribute. Let's repeat the same steps on our other two characteristics. Now that we have the elements where we can enter the values for a manual input report, you need some actions to manage the data entry process. We will cover the two steps that are required. To initialize a data entry event, you need an action to prompt the data entry. Go to the toolbox. Under Interactive Elements, select the Element button. Drag and drop on the page. You can rename this button New Entry. You can double-click or go to the Properties tab to edit. Next, add an action to this button by right-clicking on the element, select Hyperlink, then select Edit Hyperlink. Add an action from the drop-down menu. Go to PiWeb Server, Measured Data Input, select Create New Measurement. Click OK on the corner of the window. To save new entries, we also need an action to commit the changes. Copy the button we just created by holding the Control key, click and drag. You can rename this button to Save. To modify the action, right-clicking on the element, select Hyperlink, then select Edit Hyperlink. The measured data input is already listed. Modify the action to write changes, and click OK. Navigation buttons can do other tasks to help you manage the data entry. Please refer to the PiWeb manual for additional information. The report template for data entry is ready. To test it out, click on the Preview button on the main menu or press F11. It is the button next to the Home icon. The report template will be displayed in PiWeb Monitor. In this view, you can do a live test of our new manual entry report. To start, we need to initialize a new entry. Click on the New Entry button. We can now add values to the text input fields. For the header information, we will add the part ID and Gauge Equipment. Notice how Gauge Equipment is a drop-down. This is the case when the attribute is linked to a catalog of values in the database configuration. Since we have created a new database file, there are no values besides the default one. Now we will complete the data entry by adding the characteristic measured value details. To commit the changes, click on Save. You have a new entry in your dataset. You can click on New Entry once again to add a new record. Repeat this process as many times as needed. To review your entries, go to PiWeb Planner, select the Measurement section and review the measurement records added to our part. Following the same steps, you can create a full manual entry report and enhance the visual display using images. In PiWeb Monitor, I will demonstrate a report with additional manual entry elements and other visual aids. This template was made using an image of the print for the part in question. It contains a table and other interactive elements to enhance the user experience during the manual entry process. The template has additional navigation buttons to scroll through the different records entered in the dataset. The process is the same as we did with our small example. Feel free to follow along with the report we built. Click on New to start a new entry. After entering the relevant details on my report, click on Save. Some of the additional enhancements included in this example is the ability to show the status of my measured values. My example report includes some required entries. Notice the text input fields with red on the contour. This means that the value must be entered before saving. Adding some of these features to your report will make the experience of the user intuitive and easy to follow. This completes the brief tutorial on creating a manual entry report in PiWeb. We walked through the steps of creating the part and characteristic information in PiWeb Planner, how to create the manual entry template in PiWeb Designer, and finally how to use the template in PiWeb Monitor. In the next video, I will show you how to utilize Auto Importer to easily add new parts and characteristics in PiWeb Planner using the automatic import process. To book a more comprehensive training, check the PiWeb Basic e-Learning. You will find the link in the description.